Hey everyone, this is Patrick, and it's time for another edition of Heavy Therapy. This video, as you see since you clicked on it, is my entry into this contest here put out by Kjørvik. He is over 660 followers in a short period of time, and he wanted to give a little back to our community. And what better way to do that but to do a contest, right? So I just thought the question was interesting, both because it allows us to show evil album covers and give 6 shout outs to our fellow metal YouTube community, which I always really like to do. I spend a lot of time here watching and making videos, and it's really fun. So I'm going to show one evil album and then do one shout out, go back and forth. That's the style that I want to do. I will let you know who I'm playing in the background if you don't know who it is already when I get to their album, because their album cover is quite evil. So I wanted to listen to it and get in that mind space while I was doing this video. So first up, as far as the albums go, is I want to show this album cover. It's particularly striking and how evil it is. This is Incantation with their album The Infernal Storm. This came out in 2000, and this has just this, why is it evil? Well, just look at it. I know it when I see it, right? This has a 4-horned devil with all that power to bring forth animal and human sacrifice, because we know horns symbolize strength and vitality, right? Yep, calling forth sacrifice. There's chickens on there, which is particularly evil because you know they're being sacrificed. 4 and 2, evil. Incantation, The Infernal Storm, is a great evil looking album cover, and the music sounds just as evil as well. My first shout out is going to be to the Death Doom metalhead Liam. Liam gave me a shout out early on. I really appreciated it. He didn't have to do it. And why do I like his channel so much? So I like his relaxed presentation. It always, his video, his camera is very clean. It looks very, well done and professional. He shows a lot of variety. He stays up to date on underground death metal. He's getting more into black metal. But I like his patience, his steady delivery. He doesn't ever seem like he's rushing. And yeah, I appreciate Liam and the Death Doom metalhead here on YouTube. Another evil album time. This is a grindcore brutal death metal band and album. This is Maruda with In Narcosis, and this came out in 2008. Why do I find this so evil? Well, it has a man in a suit being tortured. His eyes are being plucked out, and torture is evil, right? Torture is against the Geneva Conventions for a reason. So yeah, torture's pretty evil. And right, whether or not the guy is guilty for his crimes, whether he's innocent, doesn't matter. Torture is evil. My next shout out has to obviously be to Cody and Anthony over at Metal Miners. One of my absolute favorite YouTube channels. It's a father and son duo. If you know me at all, you most certainly know the Metal Miners. Anthony probably has, out of all these, probably the most similar taste as myself. I love that he's a champion and an advocate for underground extreme metal, mostly death metal, across the world. He shows bands from Chile, Brazil. He shows hometown love to bands from Florida. But whether it's tape, CDs, or vinyl, Anthony is out searching. He's mining underground metal gems, both new and old, mostly new and current, which I really appreciate. Cody is into the dark arts. He's into black metal for the most part, but he also likes hip-hop, dungeon synth, and all-around pleasant guy. I consider both of them a friend. Me and Cody talk through text messages every now and then. We had a video together about 8 months ago, and hopefully we will jump on again soon. Metal Miners, gotta love them. Only the good stuff from only the good people right here. Next album I want to show is from last year. This is Shoutouts with A Mother's Curse. And this shows the Grim Reaper taking a baby from a mother who's just obviously wallowing and is in utter despair over losing her child. A mother's curse, indeed. So yeah, I found that particularly evil, especially if you think of it as literal. If you think of it not as a accidental death, right? As a literal, the Grim Reaper is running down the streets, taking babies away from mothers. Quite evil. Quite evil indeed. Shoutouts, out in 2022. The album's called A Mother's Curse. Fantastic artwork here. And definitely evil. My next shout, this channel is new to me. I don't quite know this gentleman's name, but I love what he does here. So this is White Filth Vinyl, and he also has an Instagram. Why do I like this channel so much? So he's from Belgium. He's dedicated to archiving the extreme black metal scene, mostly in Europe, but across the world. I like that he's an archivist. I like that he is self-aware of the importance here of his channel and the history of documenting black metal and its extreme form of expression, both sonically but also visually, also thematically. He's not scared to chronicle the darkest corners of black metal while also explicitly going on record as not supporting, the darkest scenes such as NSBM, but still understanding the importance of the music to history. So yeah, I'm getting more into raw black metal, more into black metal in general, and his channel has been indispensable. So thank you to White Filth Vinyl. Check out his Instagram and YouTube channel. Next album I want to show is an EP from last year. This is Zeus with No Ground to Give, and also Pandemicon. It's a compilation of 2 EPs. This is death metal played in the autopsy style. Some hardcore influence here, which makes sense because it's a project from Taylor from Nails. So why is this evil? Well, this shows obviously some authoritarian regime. I don't know if that's the Soviet Union. I don't know if it's some East Asian country based on the uniform, the caps. I can't exactly tell. But obviously they're about ready to do some damage here to people protesting. This symbolizes authoritarianism, despotism, tyranny, which are evil, scourges and evil forms of government. Next shout out, gotta go to Brain Smasher here. This is Ben. Fantastic channel. Same reason why I like everyone so far, but I really like Ben's personality. I like his politics, and I like his dedication to, again, archiving the history of underground music. He has a wealth of knowledge. He's an artist himself, and he takes his time in explaining the importance of all the albums that he collects and shows off. And yeah, just a tip of the hat to Brain Smasher Ben over at Brain Smasher. Great fellow, great channel, great content, great collection. Next album I want to show, let's actually go to the one that is playing right now. 200 Stab Wounds and their album Slave to the Scalpel. This has a bunch of the 6 deadly sins wrapped up in one. You could say there's wrath here, there's lust here. This is evil, obviously, right? This is a person who is getting off on, he's a slave, so, you know, there's also some lack of free will here. But there's multiple bodies. Slave to the scalpel. Can't stop being evil, can't stop being a murderous monster. That's what I'm listening to. You hear duct tape going on in the background. Quite evil album. Quite evil album art. Next shout out has to go to Simon over at Explosive Action. He's the boss, as someone called him recently. I don't recall who. I think it was Ben, actually. I love Simon's dedication to collecting, archiving, being a history of the underground. He owns everything. Has an envious collection. Black metal, death metal, thrash, heavy metal, speed, grindcore, you name it. Simon he probably owned it more times than you've owned it if you've owned something once or twice, right? Simon is the man to know over at Explosive Action. Not too many people's videos I press play on faster than his when they show up in my feed. Gotta give a shout out to Simon over at Explosive Action. Final album I want to show, similar theme as Incantations. This is Black Fucking Cancer with Procreate Inverse. This came out last year. Similar situation. There's an altar. There's a tyrannical emperor. Many horns, 12 horns. Much power from sacrifice. People are giving their own heads. They're bowing down. There's a skeleton. There's some sigils. I mean, evil right here. Evil music. The style of music is black, mostly black metal. Really fast, aggressive. One of the best black metal discoveries of last year for me, out on Sentient Ruin. But yeah, all around evil. That's the last album. The final shout out. Let's go with Rick from The Dreadful Minutes. Extremely well done videos. He's extremely professional. He has expertise in graphic design. I think he does it for a living, and it shows on his thumbnails. He likes all styles of music, all subgenres of metal. I'm always going to learn something new in his collection updates. Loves black metal, which I like a lot. Loves doom. Loves it all. Yep, shout out to Rick over at The Dreadful Minutes. This has been some evil album art, some evil music, but on the other hand, some righteous shout outs here. Go through them one more time. Simon, Ben, White Filth from Belgium, check him out. Cody and Anthony from Metal Miners, the best. Liam from the Death Doom Metalhead. Also check out his band Consecration. They play Death Doom. Great album. Haven't picked it up yet. Definitely plan on it in the future. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you all very soon. Bye.